Hi guys, this is your streamer Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my review of episode 12 of season 3 of The Big Bang Theory. That's so not a psychic fish of corn love and the GL or the green nerd power light of the green nerd power light of love. So here we go, guys. I love this episode because it's another one. It's another split, two-sided episode. So here we go, guys. Sorry, guys. I just need to adjust myself. So here we go. So in this episode, it's a two-sided episode. Here's the first side. It's Penny and Leonard go on a double date, not on a double date with Howard and Bernadette, but it's not awkward like the first time. But Leonard and Penny have a very funny but heated debate on psychics and obviously the facts about psychics, that some psychics are fake, that their psychic powers are fake. So at the restaurant that they do go eat, that Howard and Bernadette and Leonard and Penny go out to eat or eventually eat at, Penny orders fish. They have a good time, but meaning Howard and Bernadette have a good time because they're not bickering about the reality versus psychics. So Penny Penny wants to try a piece of Leonard's entree that he ordered, and of course Leonard says, "Sure, go ahead. Can I have some of your fish?" And Penny says, "No, unless you agree with me that psychics are not, some psychics are not fake with their psychic powers." And Leonard's like, "No." Then Penny's like, "Then fine, you're not going to have a piece of my fish." And Bernadette and Howard are like, Bernadette is like to the waiter when the waiter says, "How's everything going? How's everything tasting?" And Bernadette says, "Good," but then the waiter also said, "How's everything going?" And Bernadette is, "It's going uncomfortable." And obviously Leonard and Penny have their second bad fight, but this time over unpsychic fish, meaning fish that are psychic. If you get what I'm saying, because the topic of this fight is the reality versus psychics. Now, if you ask me personally, guys, I believe in some psychics, but if if they prove to me, straight to me, face to face, that they're psychic, and then I believe you. Or if there's an actual person of a different, if there's an actual, factual crowd and people actually saw the psychic perform a psychic memory, a psychic reading, a psychic, a psychic, a psychic reading, a psychic reading, I would believe that. Like the Hollywood medium, I think the guy's name is Harry. He used to have a show, the on the E network. I still think he has a show on the E network. But anyway, that's the type of psychic that I'm talking about. If he has a track record, if he has a real track record, no fake track record, because Harry has a real track record with reading celebrities, or a medium with a track record of Hollywood celebrities. That's the type of proof that I'm talking about. So anyway, Leonard says, okay, the fight is about psychic fish, but in reality not about fish at all, just the word psychic and the implications of psychicry. Meanwhile, on the other side of this two-sided episode, Raj feels left out by Howard and Leonard, but mostly Howard and Bernadette. Mostly Howard and Bernadette. Mostly Howard, just Howard by himself, because Raj hasn't hung out with the two of them, but mostly Howard, meaning Leonard and Howard, but mostly Howard for the past few weeks, and and Raj thought that this could be a perfect night for all four of them to hang out. But when he got to Leonard and Sheldon's apartment with a movie, with Watchmen on DVD, basically, Howard and Leonard were like, saw it, and we saw the extended edition, or the watch edition, or the special, or the man watch edition, which is the deluxe edition. And plus, Sheldon read the extended edition review and transcript online. So that's how Raj felt left out. Besides Leonard and Howard going on this double date with Penny and Bernadette. So feeling left out and sad that his nerd night was ruined with his peeps. A third of his peeps, he just had one bro to hang out with, and that was Leonard, and that was Sheldon. But Sheldon is not the typical nerd that wants to go out. He needs to go out to a place that is comfortable for him, and that would be the comic book store. But In this case, Sheldon was uploading old drives to and transferring his old old drives to his new computer drive and reinstalling them into his new file, into his new computer file. And Raj was like, "No, I don't want to help you. I want to go out." Eventually, Raj was able to convince Sheldon to go out to go to this slash potluck. I would call it a potluck at Caltech. At Caltech, where but Sheldon had but since since Sheldon was kind of being a total Lex Luthor without being bald like Lex Luthor. Okay, Raj had one thing to entice him in going with him to this potluck at Caltech. I'll give you something from me that is very special to me. My Green Lantern or GL powering light. So, eventually, Raj gave Sheldon his Green Lantern powering lantern light, and this is where Raj, obviously, you know how Raj is, gets got a little bit of drinks into himself, and he became confident, and he struck up a conversation with the actress who was in the Wonder Years. The Wonder Years. Or to my how I met your mother family family members, Trudy, with the girl who played Trudy, with the actress who played Trudy in the Pineapple Incident episode. Obviously this Trudy, Untrudy, had a friend who, surprisingly enough, was a nerd type for Rod or for Sheldon. So this friend of Untrudy, not Trudy, because this is not how I met mother, was like to Sheldon, cool, you have a Green Lantern powering lantern. And eventually, Rod kind of hooked up with Untrudy in this case, and Sheldon kind of connected with Untrudy's friend at the potluck. And of course, Raj scored with Untrudy, and Untrudy was like, "When can I see you again? When can we see you again?" Meaning Untrudy herself and her friend for Sheldon. And Raj was like, let me pick a day. Let me pick a day or night when where we can, hang out in Sheldon's apartment. So the date was set. The date and day was set. Or the night and date. The date, night, or, night, the night was set. But Sheldon was to Raj. No, Raj, I don't know. I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't, I don't want to see Untrudy's friend again. I was your wing nerd for that potluck, and I'm good for that Caltech potluck, and I'm good with that. But then Raj had a secret, and that secret was that he had packed up. He had put in a gift bag. His Hulk smash fist gloves to entice Sheldon to accept or to agree to seeing Untrudy's girlfriend again. And Sheldon was so enamored and so riveted by Raj's Hulk smash fists. And these were not just Hulk smash fists. They were signed by Stan Lee himself. And after putting Rogers, but officially his Hulk smash fist gloves, Sheldon turned into Nerd Hulk. Not Mark Ruffalo Nerd Hulk, but Sheldon Nerd Hulk, and said, "Puny human! Sheldon, date, yes! Puny human, again!" Or, in this case, Sheldon, to see Untrudy's best friend again. Undate night again. But so the night was going great. That night was going great for Raj and Untrudy because he basically, Raj got drinks into his system and he became confident Raj. And he started kissing and passionately and being romantic with Untrudy. Meanwhile, for Untrudy's friend, she was very attentive to Sheldon, but Sheldon was being attentive the best that he could to Untrudy's best friend and girlfriend, I should say, and he said it's almost bedtime. It's almost bedtime, so I'm going to get ready for bed. Now, after hearing this, Untrudy's best friend was like, bedtime, and Untrudy's best friend thought that bedtime meant like getting, doing the cha-cha with Sheldon, doing the romantic cha-cha Sheldon. But if you know what I mean by that, but that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. So Sheldon just went to bed. But he didn't say, I'm going to bed. Or he said good night. He didn't say just good night. He turned into Sheldon Nerd Hulk. He uses Sheldon Nerd Hulk voice. Sheldon, go to bed, puny human. And since Raj and Untrudy were making out, Untrudy's girlfriend was awkward and didn't know where to go. So she basically knocked on Sheldon's door, and she asked Sheldon, "Can I stay here for a little bit? Because my friend Untrudy is getting rom-com curried out by Raj." And Sheldon said sure. Then Sheldon said sure. And then again, Sheldon is not good at reading romantic signals. So he basically left his bedroom, to go to Leonard's room and leave Untrudy's best friend waiting for her to get uncurried out by Raj. As for Penny and Leonard was he wanted peace, so he brought a P-shirt, a psychic fish P-shirt, but it wasn't a shirt. In this case, it was a book. The shirt, I'm using the word shirt in a metaphorical way. So Leonard bought Penny a book about reality versus psychics. But in this case, I know that he bought her a book, but I'm gonna use a shirt metaphor as the book. So Leonard bought Penny a shirt, meaning a book, about the pros and cons about psychics and the reality of facts and fictions and the reality versus psychics versus psychics. But then after kind of like saying to or asking Penny if she's willing to be open-minded about being kind of against but not being open-minded to criticism about psychics. Then Penny said, so you're saying that I'm not open-minded? And then we see Leonard throw the shirt, meaning the book that he brought for Penny, into the trash. And basically that was that. And everything was good. Everything was good and back to normal. but it was kind of awkwardly funny. Awkwardly funny. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you want to expand your time here and expand expand your time here on my channel, and want to stay up to date to my videos, don't please don't doubt and tap that notification bell. And if you want to expand your time here on my channel with about my videos about the Big Bang Theory and everything else, please don't doubt and hit that subscribe button. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching, and until we nerd again, bye.